We live, we live. Gonna test out this new time right here. Just makes more sense for me and possibly all of yous or a lot of yous. Yes, sir. What's cracking, everybody? What's cracking? Salvador Padlan. We're gonna let a couple more people get in here, and I'm going to share with you the news I just got. Lisa Patriot, what's good? John Tucker, Activate LA. All right, seems like plenty of yous are in here. It seems like forever. It's been since we've had this live, don't you think? I feel like I've been like in hibernation for months and months and months on end. I feel like I haven't seen none of you in a long time. But nevertheless, here we are. And it looks like this time is a lot better. I could just tell by the first couple of minutes that we've been in here that a lot more people are available to check out this live as it's live instead of the rerun at this time as opposed to doing it at 8:30 or 9:30. So we're probably going to start using this time better. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up if you like this new time. I like it personally. It's right in the middle of the day. I got done with a lot of my errands today. Was doing a little bit of yard work and stuff. Feeling a little sweaty right now, but that's okay. A little hard work never killed nobody. As a matter of fact, that's all I do is hard work. So for some of you that don't know, I guess some people felt that like I don't have a job. Like I don't have a career. I don't have a job. I just sit around and make YouTube videos and beg people for money on YouTube. But no, I do. I work a job. Been working at the same company for about 2 years now, almost coming on 2 years. I work a lot of hours. Sometimes I could work 10 hours. Sometimes I could work 15. Sometimes I could work 16. Who knows, man? I could work a whole day straight one day. When we signed the contract for this company, it says that we are available to work from start time to whenever the work is done. And whenever the work is done, that's when we are done. We don't sit on forklifts. We don't twiddle our thumbs or anything like that. It's constant moving, lifting, pulling, stretching, standing all night long. 25 pounds to about 101 pounds any given day. So pretty good shape for my age. I mean, I think that job has helped me cut down a lot of weight. When I first started working in this place, I was about 223 pounds. If you guys remember some of my older videos, I was pretty heavy. Yeah, if there ever was a time you can call me man boobs, it was way back then. But not any longer. Not any longer. But all right, I got 112 of yous on here, so I want to share with you some very sad news. And it's still fucking me up right now. I mean, it's really affecting me. As a matter of fact, right after this live, I got to go drive out to the middle of nowhere, not too far out of town. Buddy of mine who was in the federal system with me, who knows this individual, he's completely off the grid. I'm pretty sure he's going to want to hear about this because he liked this dude. How many of you guys remember the interview I did with my brother, Dennis Mickle, the Native American cat? He was in AIM. He was in the federal system with me, been in Cali. Older, laid-back cat with the braids. Do you guys remember that guy? You guys remember him? You guys seen that interview? If you did, give me a thumbs up so you know who I'm talking about. Well, that man, I got to tell you, one of the best human beings I've ever met is Dennis Mickle. The best. You want to talk about a real gangster? You want to talk about a convict? You want to talk about a solid dude? You want to talk about a guy who would give the shirt off his back to give it to you? Will give you his last buck? Would do anything for you, but don't get it twisted, man. Dude was with the business, right? He's with the business. So I just got word. Well, it's been sitting in my inbox for a couple of days, but like I said, I've been so busy. I just got the word that Dennis Mickle had suffered a very, very tragic motorcycle accident. It's not really looking good from what I'm told. He is in critical condition. I guess he's in the ICU. He's on a medically induced coma right now. His lungs had completely filled up with blood. His heart was, he had all kinds of hemorrhaging going on everywhere. They had him in an incubation period for a second. I guess they took him out of that. But he is completely incapacitated at this point. He's just laid up in a bed. And I got to tell you, that man don't deserve that. It's funny, right? Because you look around at what goes on in life, what goes on in this world, and you ask yourself, how could you believe in a God when you see so many horrible things and so many shifty, shisty, dirty, rotten fucking people just running around in our world, exploiting our children, you know what I mean? Robbing us of our money, taking people's land, gassing whole villages of innocent people, shooting up people for no reason at all. And all this stuff just keeps going on and on and on. And it seems that there's no end in sight. You have to wonder why somebody like Big JD from Prison Break Raw has the kind of show that he has. You know, I could get on YouTube and I could look all around. I can go check out all the boob tubers, right? Check out all their crimsons and clovers, and it's raining gumdrops and Hershey's Kisses, and the world is great. But the sad reality is the world is not great, people. The world is not a great place. It's not. And every single day there is a new tragedy. Every single day for all of us. Whether it hits close to home, whether it's some nutcase walking up in the house and killing everybody over a stimulus check, or if it's some guy that can't control his masturbation, so he shoots a whole bunch of people at a massage parlor, or some jackwagon that just walks right up into a grocery store and shoots 10 people. Then Dennis Mickle is just wiped out on his bike, and we don't know if he's going to make it or not. All we could do is pray, but then again, like I said, goes back to that religion factor, right? I mean, the world is fucked up as it is. And I got to tell you guys that over the last 24 hours, I have been sitting here like, why not me? Why couldn't this happen to somebody like me? Why somebody like Dennis Mickle? Why not me? I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few people out there that would love to see me get creamed all over the highway. Big mouth, talk a lot of shit, sarcastic, arrogant. You don't know which direction that I'm pulling for. You don't know if I'm pulling for the left. You don't know if I'm pulling for the right. I just keep you in suspense. And I think back at, all the things that I've done in my life. Robberies, selling dope, smuggling people, doing all kinds of things that I've done in my criminal career, right? You would think that at some point in time, karma would be knocking at my door. But in this case of Dennis Mickle, it's not about karma. It's about just the fickle finger of fate. And it really bothers me that this happened to this man. And not only that, but the guy that we were talking about in the interview, Swallow, Mr. Swallow from Wyoming, he's so bad off right now in the feds. The man is now in a wheelchair, right? And if you've ever been to FCI Florence, you know that being in a wheelchair in FCI Florence is quite the ordeal. It's quite the ordeal. Everything is real far away from itself. It's like one building's way over here and another is way over here. You literally got to be out there rolling that wheelchair all over the place to get from point A to point B. And all these people that are getting clemency and getting early releases and everything like that, this man was being attacked by a couple of people, defended himself, defended his woman, and killed the guys. I mean, yeah, I get it. They were running away as he was blowing holes in their back. But still, nonetheless, I mean, it ain't like this guy is, a cold-blooded serial killer or anything, or just some violent, vicious gang member running around terrorizing the community. Just a regular dude from Wyoming. He's probably going to die in that place. And you see some of these other people that they're letting out, and you wonder, how the fuck did this guy get out? But this guy's still in there. It's just crazy, you know what I mean? Dixon, Cedar, Dennis, Mickle, go look at my videos. He's a Native American brother. Ron B, thank you for that $1.99. You're a good dude. Stay positive. Much love to you. Well, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I mean, man, I don't know. People constantly come at me with their beliefs. People are constantly coming at me with how they see the world and how they see certain people according to their optics, according to what the optical nerve, the image that's been projected in front of your brain, your mind, what color the person is, what color their skin is, and all this stuff like that is so important to so many fucking people. I mean, people honestly believe that your skin color is like anything. It's nothing, people. It's nothing. It's a shell. It's a shell. It's like a yellow Volkswagen compared to a blue Jetta. You know what I mean? They're both vehicles. They both do the same thing. They just got two different colors and they look different. You know? And all these other things that are going on. You know? And like I said, man, being a libertarian like I am, I'm always live and let live. As long as you're not harming somebody, you're taking something away from somebody against their will, or you're doing great, psychological trauma and abuse to children and in the elderly and women and stuff like that, I'm not with it, but live and let live. I mean, I believe everybody should just, understand that, I mean, we all got to live here. We're all trapped in this prison called Earth. It's a prison if you think about it, because we can't leave the planet. I can't just jump in my car and blast off to Jupiter and be away from all of yous. You know what I mean? I'm stuck here with you. You're stuck here with me. And some people, when they feel that they don't want to be stuck here with anybody, they just start murking each other. It's bad. It's all bad. So for me, it's like people are constantly coming at me with these different things about what's going on out there. And I really don't have an opinion on any of it because, I mean, there's really no recipe, or there's really no reason for any of it. Just human beings being fucked up. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Thank you for that $4.99. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, I've had people do shady shit to me of all fucking colors of the rainbow. Every color of that Skittles that's in that bag has done me dirty or has done me a solid. Like I said, Mickles, Native American brother. I got other good homies out there that are black. And I'll cut for them and they cut for me. I got family out there that are of every which ethnicity that you can imagine. I never really subscribe to all that bullshit, but so many people are so stuck on all that stuff. And it's the same thing with these shooters, all these shooters that are going on out there right now. It's just like, who cares what color the guy is that did the shooting? The man just killed a whole bunch of innocent fucking people. You know what I mean? You should take him out back, stick a fucking gun to his head, and blow his brains out. Why are we having court for this guy? He got caught red-handed. So the taxpayers of Colorado are going to have to flip the bill on this guy, when you can just take him out back and do to him what he did to all those people. It's the way I live, man. Live by the sword, live and let live and live free. Born free, live free. And that's just basically, these are my mottos, man. And I mean, Dennis Mickle he's a lot like that. He believes along the same lines that I do. We've had many nights and days talking about all of these problems of the world on the inside, and the dude just has so much knowledge and so much wisdom because, he's from a different time. He's from a totally different time and a different era where things were looked at a lot differently, you know? And of course, they all had their problems back then, but at the same time, you know, they dealt with them a whole lot more effectively and without getting all emotionally involved like so many people do nowadays. I mean, god damn, man. It's crazy. I mean, just to give you an example, just to give you guys an example, right? The first video I did about politics was about the Democratic primary and how it was just a complete shit show. So people wanted to know, am I a Trump supporter? Right? I didn't confirm nor deny that because I don't really see these politicians as anybody that I support. I don't really support one politician per se. I mean, I can agree with some of the things that they say while disagreeing with many of the other things that they say or do. But for me to like throw my whole support behind somebody, they got to basically hold a lot of the same principles and values that I hold dear. A lot of the things that I was telling you. And at the same time, they got to be willing to, I mean, die if necessary to preserve the rights of everybody in this country as it's laid out in the Constitution. I mean, if they got to be unpopular, if they got to go against the grain, if they got to like take shots at all the corporate donors and all the special interests and everything, well, then great, you know? But so many people got on this thing thinking that I was a Trump supporter and everybody started jumping ship from the PBR car because I have nothing good to say about Biden. And you know what? I told Dirty Weather, I talked to Dirty Weather 916 on the phone today. I told Dirty Weather, I said, you know, it goes like this, man. Honestly, and I'm just keeping it real. I don't care what comes out of your mouth. It's your actions that really determine like how you're going to affect my life. You could talk all day long, but if your mouth ain't putting forth action behind those words, then they're just words, right? So Trump has done nothing to me in my life. He's done absolutely zero to negatively impact my life, right? But on the other hand, I could count on all 10 fingers all the things that Joe Biden has done to affect my life negatively, and including the lives of my family members. I mean, it's just, I know about politics. I mean, my father, my grandfather, that's all they ever talked about was politics. So I had no choice but to hear it as a little kid. So I got interested in it as well. And Biden has done a lot of horrible things to my family. Shut the trucking industry down completely. Sunk the Teamsters union for the most part. All the NAFTA and everything else that he was a part of. I mean, he wasn't the sole proprietor of it, but he was definitely a part of it. All kinds of stuff, man. You know, and that's pretty much all I have to go on with that when it comes to that kind of shit. But people jump ship for me because they think that I'm a Trump supporter. But now here's the thing. There was many people that are on here, some of you that are still on here right now, that supported Joe Biden. I didn't disown you. I didn't ban you from my channel. I didn't tell you to fuck off. I respect your right to pursue whatever belief you want to pursue. You want to be a Biden supporter? Be a Biden supporter. I mean, it's not going to make me hate you. But it seems that I was denied the same courtesy in return from many people. You know, and man, it's crazy. Like I said, this channel right here is the raw and uncut truth of life, the reality of life, the grimy, gritty details of it all. Somebody's got to be the one that brings the bad news. Somebody's got to be the one to point out the bullshit. I chose to raise my hand and do what is unpopular, but the one thing that you can't take from me is the fact that I am completely 100% honest. You can't take that from me because that's what I've always been since jump. Completely honest with all of you. The way I see the world is the way I see the world. Doesn't mean you have to see it that way. But man, I mean, this just further confirms a lot of my beliefs. It validates a lot of the things that I believe. It's like good people that do good things, that got a good heart, that have great respect for humanity and to treat everybody as they are. Somebody like Mikkel would get wiped out on his motorcycle like this, and now he's fighting for his life. But then you got all these scumbags running around out here, and they're just like healthy as could be. Just doesn't make sense to me. Any thoughts on this, people? Anybody got any thoughts? Any thoughts they'd like to add to this? You know, the one thing that I want to point out to you guys about Biden, because this was a huge point for many of you. This was something a lot of you told me about. Dealing with the border. Okay. I don't know if you've been watching the news lately, but the Biden administration refuses all media access to these detention centers down there. Why? What are they hiding? You know what I mean? The truth of the matter is you've got children that are separated from their parents, that are all stacked up 2-3 high like sardines in these cages, of which I know a great deal about because I've been in many cages like that in my life. Dirty, filthy, nasty conditions. And they don't want you to see that it's the same shit as it was with any other administration. All the shit they talked over the last 4 years about the border, they're doing the exact same thing, people. The exact same thing. So it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Jimbo Slice, what was under the Trump administration? Yeah, they let cameras into their selected spots. To their selected spots, the ones that they chose to let him into. But Salvador, it wasn't random. It was not random. They didn't randomly just give them a spot. You know what I mean? They didn't randomly just say, well, where do you want to go? Just show us which detention center you want to go to. They chose a detention center for him. It's crazy bullshit going on. You know what I mean? Texas Prison Stories, my man Tim Snow. Salute back at you, brother. Yep, you guys gotta start paying attention to what's going on down there, because all that attention that was focused in, all those cameras and AOC and all those people that were running down there, you know what I'm saying? When Trump was in there and it was a huge humanitarian crisis, now they won't even show you the place. They won't even show you what's going on down there. But yeah. But anyways, I don't want to really get into the politics with you guys right now. I'm not in the mood to talk about these fucking clowns. You know what I mean? Good friend of mine is fighting for his life. And with the kind of hours that I work and the fact that all my vacation time has been exhausted, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to go down there. And, you know, if the worst happens, I don't know how I'm going to be able to go down there, because I need to go down there for that. You know, I need to go down there for that. That man has been, you guys don't realize that man has been like an important figure in my life throughout the feds. You know, from my life to that time when I was in the feds, he was a very important person in my life. We used to sweat together in the sweat lodge. You know what I mean? Side by side, me and him. We stayed in there all rounds, all the way to the end, even the Warriors round. And yeah, you know. But I really don't, you know. I'll send you prayer. Thank you. You guys already know when things like this happen, usually I set up like a GoFundMe for the family and everything like that. I actually got to get with his family and talk to a few more people to see about maybe if I could set up a GoFundMe and send all the connection and everything straight to them, where I don't I don't get a dime out of it. Just like I did with Nesbitt, or no, Nesbitt actually did his own. But just like I did with my homie Psycho when his baby died. I don't think you guys I don't think I was doing YouTube videos at that time. But when I did one for Wancho and Wancho's family, they got all the money. Every penny of it. So yeah, Soy Tu Padre. I mean, those we used to get a lot of cleansing and a lot of help out of those sweat lodges, man. I mean, you come out of there feeling like you just released like 100 demons from being in there. It's great. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been in a sweat lodge, but yeah. JL Burkholder, hot bowl of chili. Jay, did you hear what we're talking about, Jay? Did you hear what happened to Mickle? Jay Burkholder, did you hear what happened to Mr. Dennis Mickle? He's in the ICU right now in a medically induced coma. He got in a horrible motorcycle accident the other day. So I don't know if you personally talked to him or not, Jay. I know you probably haven't seen him since you guys were living over there in Mesa Bravo, but yeah, he's pretty much battling for his life right now. You already know what to do, Jay. Send him some healing energy. You know what it is. He'll accept it from you. Yeah, he showed you pictures of his chopper last month. Yeah, he was proud of that bike, man. He was so proud of that bike. I remember him telling me, because he didn't know he was going to get out that early. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Donald Trump had actually let Dennis Mickle out a lot earlier than he thought he was going to get out. And but I remember him saying that when he gets out, he thought he might be too old and too fat, but he couldn't wait to get himself a new hog and sit on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, send those good intentions to him, Jay. He needs it. He needs it all. All right, shalom alaikum, Israelite elect Nazarite order. Yeah, he doesn't deserve that, Jay. We were just talking about that. The man does not deserve that. I mean, he deserves to go peacefully in his old age. But to go like that, crazy. So what do you guys think? First off, let me thank all of you for sending out all this support right now. Yeah, it's fucked up, Jay. Really fucked up. Tattooer 601, thank you. Hey, Tim Snow, you still on here? You know, I know that dude Josh, right? From GKI? The guy you're talking about, you're sending a shout out to? I know Josh. Mark Boyer, thank you. Much respect back at you. Hell yeah, he's tough as fuck. Yeah, Tim. Yeah, I love that dude, Josh, man. I talk to him. I talk to him every now and again. I don't talk to him as much as I used to, but he was my celly for a minute. Yeah, he was my celly over there at the FCI. Good dude, man. Good dude. Glad he's still out, doing it, holding it down. Yes, sir. Charles Bukowski, we're talking about a good friend of mine that I interviewed, Dennis Mickle. If you remember the interview I did with the Native American brother I was in the feds with, suffered a very tragic motorcycle accident. Anthony Davis, thank you for that $4.99. Just sub JD, what's going on? Not a whole hell of a lot. He suffered a horrible motorcycle accident. He's in ICU right now. And just talking about him, how he doesn't deserve that. I mean, man, as far as I know, the dude hasn't even been out a whole year yet. So it's pretty tragic, you know what I mean? Nope, don't come across many like him at all. Not at all. Shout out to who? Wino? Shout out to Big Wino. But speaking of shout outs, I want to give a shout out to somebody who has been. I want to give a shout out to somebody who's been supporting this channel for a very long time. He sends me a lot of interesting mail to my P.O. box, a lot of things that make me laugh, little drawings and stuff that he does. He just sent me a pair of socks. I have them in the other room. I should have brought them in. I'll bring them in the next live. He bought me a pair of socks and sent them to me. He bought me a collection of poetry as well. He has his own YouTube channel that's out there. His name is Sean Blue. And I'm going to go ahead and write his name up right here. You guys go check this man's channel out. Sean Blue. That's my man right there. He's been rocking with this channel since this channel's been rocking. He's been on here a long time. So, yeah, Sean Blue, thank you for being a part of the PBR Car family. Thank you for all the mail that you send me, everything that you do, all the support, all the words of encouragement and everything else, and for listening to me when I need somebody to vent to. All that shit. Much love to Sean Blue. Go check his channel out. Go give him a subscribe. Been there, done that. Thank you for the $9.99, Trump 2024, no mas. Yeah, it's good to see that, we got a very diverse audience in here. Very diverse audience. And I think this new time, hey guys, I think this new time right now at 4 o'clock, I think this is the best time because it seems like there's a lot more people on at this time. Shit, by the time 8:30, 9:30 rolls around, I personally, I don't want to be bothered with this shit. I just want to sit down and watch TV, crack open a beer or something like that and relax. So I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to hear me jack my jaw and flap my jibs for a whole hour during 8:30, 9:30, or all the way to 10:30. So we're going to start doing it at this time right here. I knew this would be a perfect time. All right, Jay. Much love to you, brother. Stay strong, man. Keep pushing. Yeah, 4 p.m. Central, Cheryl. Yeah, JoJo got his lunch break, so he's never going to miss a beat. So be on the lookout for this from now on, guys. Right here, Prison Break Raw, 4 o'clock Central Time, 4 p.m. Central Time, Fridays. That's going to be the new time. Never really did like them doing them late at night. Because after doing everything that I had to do, running around, doing all my errands and shit, by that time I'm just drained out and irritated. So this time I'm like halfway through the day, got half of my shit done, got some more stuff I got to do when I get off here. And I feel like I'm in midpoint, so I feel a lot more relaxed. I'm able to articulate my words a lot better. Said Meyer, thank you for the 5 euros. No, Justin Bowles, I've drinking a PBR Pabst Blue Ribbon before a couple of times. It's not really my go-to beer, but Sid Meyer, thank you. I will get that right over to him as long as also with more of that. Hopefully I get some kind of a PayPal or GoFundMe set up for him. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lisa. You know, and I've noticed that when I was doing them at 8:30, there would be a lot more people. But when I started moving it to 9:30, there would be less people than there used to be. Now I'm looking at right now 4 o'clock, maybe even 5 o'clock. But I like this 4 o'clock right here. Because I just got done doing half of everything that I need to do. Now when I'm done here, I get to go drive around and run around. I got to go see my boy on the outskirts of town and tell him about Dennis. Do a few other things. And like I said, I could just relax. Relax during the prime time evening hours of Friday nighty. Fernando Gonzalez, thank you for joining us for the first time. This is everybody. Remember this day. This is Fernando Gonzalez's very first PBR live. Ron B, long live libertarianism. That's right, long live it. Fuck authoritarianism and all its evil and ugly shapes. And authoritarianism also comes in the disguise of democracy, people. Don't think that it don't. Don't think that it don't. And don't think that fascism and communism are two totally different things. They're actually two sides of the same coin, the authoritarian coin. Yep, worship no politician, man. Take them all with a grain of salt. They're just like public defenders. Our politicians, guys, they're just like public defenders. You know what I mean? Some of them may care, but they just don't know how to do it or how to go about doing anything about it. Some of them might go in there with all the best intentions of changing things and becoming a radical shake-up artist. And then they quickly learn that you ain't doing none of that. You ain't doing nothing. You're going to do what you're told. You know, because the American people that voted you in aren't who you're working for. You're working for us. Don't ever forget that. You know, and that's basically what it is. Felix W., any plans for new books in the future? Yeah, I got a couple lined up coming down the road. You guys remember that DJ Vodka guy that was on my show, the guy that wrote The Green Wall? You guys remember him? So I already planted the seed in DJ Mr. Vodka's head. I told him that me and him should co-author a book about prison, like just be a prison story from the convict's perspective of what's going on. and the CO's perspective. So we're looking at maybe getting together at some point down the road and doing that. It's going to be a fiction book, you know what I mean? About prison, but it'll be like it'll flash back and forth between like what the convicts doing and what the CO's doing. And then at some point in time at the middle or at the end of the book, they'll kind of like they'll both just merge into the same story, and we'll probably both contribute to that last chapter. Dankstar, same, just the same. Working on it. I won't be dedicating any of these lives or any of my videos or anything to any of that stuff anymore. Like I told you guys in the past, it's done. Too much energy has been invested in all that. Scourger Gaming, the bad news is a very good friend of mine who I interviewed on this channel, a guy named Dennis Mickle. You can go back and look at the videos about a month ago. A Native American guy with the long braids had suffered a horrible motorcycle accident a few days ago, and he's in intensive care right now, fighting for his life. Frankie two times. Was cracking, JD. See, I said that 2 times. Alta, I think I'm saying that name right. ATLUHH. Yeah, I'll make a video about my tats here pretty soon. Anthony Bourbano, why did I move out of state? Well, if you think that I moved here to Oklahoma to get away from California, you're wrong. So I was in California. I got out of Chino for the last time. Ended up having a pretty vicious heroin overdose. Ended up packing all my stuff up and going to Texas where my mother lived. And just got into all kinds of trouble out there and caught this bank robbery. And because my mother passed away and my sisters were not interested in taking me in, I had to release to Oklahoma to the sentencing district of my bank robbery. So that's how I ended up in Oklahoma. Do I have any pets? Yes, I have 1 cat. Thank you, Chris Abbott. I appreciate that. Egon, do I like it out here more than I like it in Cali? You know what? Here's what I tell people when they ask me to compare my living experience in Oklahoma as it was to how I grew up in Cali. I love Cali. I'm always going to love Cali. I'm Cali through and through, born and raised. Not really too thrilled and excited and happy about the current state of California. I could say that for a fact. It's a much different place than it was when I left in 2012. And that's not even that long ago. Oklahoma is, well, I live in Oklahoma City, so it's a major city. It's a very large, Oklahoma City is a pretty large city. So it's just like any other major city. All the same things that you have in any other major city are here. You got the gangs, you got the drugs, you got the crime, you got all that shit here. And it's the same. It's a lot more affordable to live here than it would be for me in California. I love living in Oklahoma, but I loved growing up in California. So if I had a choice to stay here in Oklahoma or move back to California, well, I mean, I would move back to California if I knew that I can afford it. If I knew that I can, like, sustain myself out there and not be just barely scraping by paycheck to paycheck. Because I got to tell you, out here, I'm not just like barely scraping by paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I'm making it happen. I'm making it work. But I would be a lot worse off if I was in California with the amount of money I make here, because of the taxes, the cost of living out there and everything would kill me. Do I know Larry James? Name doesn't ring a bell. Lisa Quinn, thank you for that. I appreciate that. My prayers and all thoughts of positivity go back to you and your family as well. Ascending prayer. I was told that did I say logistics wrong? Somebody told me I'm supposed to say logistics, not logistics. I don't know. That's just how I've always heard it my whole entire life. But if I'm saying it wrong, I guess I'm saying it wrong. ATL, do I drink? I drink occasionally. I don't drink all the time. I smoke weed every now and again as well. I mean, I don't do it all the time. But if I'm going to drink something, of course, it's going to be like a Modelo. It's going to be a Corona. It's going to be a fucking something to that effect. That's usually what I drink as far as beer is concerned. But usually when I drink, it's just all straight hard liquor. Slime S, I already did an episode on some punk rock style gangs. It was on the Suicidals and the Lads. Ben her over. My mother was 68 years old when she passed. Dos Equis is all right. I've sipped on a few of those. Yep, whiskey. Straight whiskey, hardcore. You won't ever see me sitting down drinking no mixed drinks or anything like that. If ever I'm at the bar with anybody, I'm doing straight shots. That's right. Mike Muir just wanted a Pepsi from Suicidal Tendencies. What the fuck is good, Caesar? Vincente Hernandez, I appreciate that. Thank you. Happy Friday to you as well, my brother. Young, by the way, Dirty Nation in the building. Shout out to that Dirty Nation. Welcome to the PBR car. Yo, Lopez, what's good? Yep. ALT, I have some shirts. Anytime you click on one of my videos, there should be a Teespring catalog that goes across the top. Just look for those. But I'm going to start marketing all my own apparel here pretty soon. Like I said, man, I'm trying to balance everything out, guys. You know, and let me just say to all of you, my PBR car, everybody that you know enjoys my content and everything like that. Let me apologize to all of you for not dropping content that much lately. Let me apologize to you for maybe some of the content being kind of like just not the usual big JD type of content. I've been working like mad crazy hours. You know what I mean? And there's just a lot going on. I didn't get my new house. My new house deal didn't fall through. A lot of things, blah, 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 excuses, whining, bitching. Yeah, I know, I hear it. But trust and believe, I haven't totally abandoned this channel. That's why I started to do the PBR car talk with you guys when I'm on my breaks at work, so that you know that I'm still here, that I'm still interested in pumping out content. Whenever I come across something I want to talk about, boom, I just press record. It's not going to have the intro or nothing, but as long as I'm still making as long as I'm still on here making something, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I have zero time for anything these days. Zero time for most anything these days. Cisco Kid, shout out to P-Town, to the big Pomona in the house. Mr. Dopey, thank you. I appreciate that, man. It's my boy right there, Dopey Alvarez. He's been around here for a long time as well. Do I ever wear red OG? No. I don't think I'm familiar with that. You're going to have to enlighten me on that one. I'll be the first one to admit when I don't know what something is. Hey, Cisco Kid from Pomona, you might be interested in hearing that I'm probably going to get the homie from your hometown on this show maybe sometime in the near future. He said he would come on. Well, that's not necessarily true, Cheryl. I got a lot of homies that do wear red. It's not actually like set in stone for like red and blue. I mean, it's chosen, but you got some neighborhoods that are down there in the south. You know, Sureño neighborhoods that are down there that their color is red. You got some neighborhoods that got that color. I think my crypto's going the same way that everybody else is going right now. It's kind of sinking. Joe King, when is Rio Mantak Cholo Juan coming on? I don't know. I have to get back with him. Me and him talked several months ago, but we're going to get him back on here. I'm going to talk to him again, see about getting him on. What's cracking, Sheila? Loud Boys? I like that. Much love back at you to Austin. Been her over. I actually do have an open dialogue. I've had a conversation with a convict's perspective. So the homie over there, or the dude over there at that channel right there, you know, we're pretty cool. I've talked to him a few times, and he's got a lot of good insight, man. Knows a lot of things. I know some people are trying to, you know, attack him and shit, but I don't got nothing bad at all. Not one thing bad to say about a convict's perspective. Like I said, some people find their way out of these organizations without turning into an S&Y, without ratting on a whole bunch of people who are taking the stands. The one thing that I could tell you about a convict's perspective is he has never actually took the stands or snitched on nobody. And everything that he talks about is a lot of the shit that you could find out yourself. You just do a little research. So, I mean, it's like I said, man, and I've told him too, just like I told the cat that was up there in Utah, you can't really call yourself a dropout, you know, in that term, but you could be somebody as you just moved on. You just basically moved on and put that in your rearview mirror. I don't know what you could label that as. The crypto investing is going the same way that the crypto investing is going for everyone right now. It's kind of sinking a little bit. Captain Napton, what's up, homegirl? Haven't seen you in a minute. I seen you left some comments on one of my last videos. Salute. Glad you're still doing your thing. I haven't had a chance to look at much of your latest content, though. I've been pretty freaking busy. Been there, done that. I hope it'll be at 100 million by the end of the year, but it won't. JR1216, hey, it's good to see you, my boy. It's good to see that you're still on here, part of this community. I appreciate you, my man. Hey, gracias. Saludos back at you. But any Hoosers, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I still got some shit to do, a few things to do, and then probably sometime around, I don't know, 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock tonight, I'll be able to relax and maybe play a little Call of Duty or watch some TV, something I haven't been able to do in a long time. But be on the lookout. I got a video that I'm going to be dropping that I think you guys would find entertaining. It'll be coming at you on Sunday. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be here. Will definitely be down on Sunday. Got my word on that one right there. But anyways, y'all know what it is. You heard it right here. Keep my boy, Mr. Dennis Mickles, in your thoughts and in your prayers. Never take life for granted. Basically, savor every moment of your life, because you never know when something tragic could just hit you. You know, it's like if you might think that you have anything that has been left unsaid to somebody that you love, somebody that you care about, say it to them before you can't say it to them. And this is not saying that Mickle won't pull through. We're all praying that he will. He's a tough, mean as nails old convict, man. He's strong as fuck. So I'm believing that he's going to pull through. I have faith that he's going to pull through. But like I said, all of these kind of situations, always remember that you never know when something like this can happen to you or somebody that you love. Never leave anything unfinished. Remember that I said this to you guys. Never leave anything unfinished. Never leave an argument or a discussion just where somebody walks away mad and then something happens to one of you. You just, like, the next person is like, man, the last thing, it was bad. Don't ever, like, leave on a negative note with anybody you love, because it'll just eat you alive, man. Believe me, I know. I'll see you in the next one.